Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jalil Nash, and today I want to get personal about a journey that completely changed my life. Leaving my 9 to 5 to build my own business. If you're working a job but dreaming of being your own boss, I'm breaking down 5 actionable steps that you can take to be able to make that leap. These are the exact steps that I followed, and I'll share the lessons and mistakes along the way. Before we jump in, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's build together. So step 1 of this process is get a sales job so that you can learn how to sell. I know it's probably not what you're thinking, but step 1 is learn how to sell. One of the most valuable skills you can develop before starting your own business is sales. I'm talking about real world experience where you're directly engaging with customers, understanding their needs, and closing deals. Why? Because no matter what business you start, you're going to need to sell your products and services. I personally took a sales role early on, and it taught me how to handle objections, build relationships with customers, and communicate value effectively, which are all skills that helped me tremendously when I launched my business. If you're currently working a 9 to 5, highly consider picking up a part-time sales role or at least studying sales in your free time. I'm telling you, it's a complete game changer. Number 2 is identify a problem that you can solve in the marketplace. When it comes to making money, you are compensated directly based on the amount of value that you provide or the level of problem that you solve. If you solve big problems for people, you make a lot of money. And businesses succeed and stay around long term when they solve real problems. So ask yourself, what problem can I solve that people are willing to pay for? And really think about this, because not every problem is actually something that someone would pay to get done. So really think really long and hard about what problems people really have and what they're willing to pay for in exchange for that solution. Because bigger problems mean bigger paychecks. Honestly, you can get a pretty good idea from just looking around at all the current businesses that are actually making great money. If those businesses are making great money, 9 times out of 10, they're solving a real problem and providing real value in the marketplace. I recommend starting with common pain points in industries you're familiar with or passionate about. Think about your own experiences. What frustrates you? What could be improved? When I started my funding company, I knew many entrepreneurs struggle to access capital, and that was my opportunity. So I took that and I ran with it. So step 2 is find your problem and commit to delivering a solution that's better than anyone else. Step 3, once you figure out what business you want to start, make sure that it has low startup costs. Because here's a mistake that I see too often. People think they need massive funding or a huge team to start their first business. And the reality is, you don't. Just keep it lean. Focus on building something that has low overhead or low monthly costs and can have very big exponential profit margins when it comes to the growth of the business over time. For your first business, I usually recommend starting a service-based business or something that you can at least start for $5,000 or less. A lot of service-based businesses don't really require a ton of capital up front because you're really trading your time to provide the solution. But once you, like I said, start making money, you can eventually hire people to provide that service on your behalf and still collect the money. But I recommend $5,000 or less for startup costs, because if things don't go as planned, you can easily pivot and you didn't really lose much money at all. And you can just easily go on to the next idea. I started my business funding company with minimal upfront costs, and I was profitable very quickly. Look, you don't need perfection. Just get started and refine as you go. Step 4 is start selling your product or service on the side. Before quitting your job, test your business idea on the side. This is where the real learning happens. Start offering your product or service while you still have the safety net of your 9 to 5. And the biggest reason why is because the worst thing that can happen, honestly, is that you leave and then you end up having to come back, right? That could do a lot of damage to your mindset, and a lot of people can get discouraged. So I highly recommend that once you do make this leap, there's no going back. So to make sure that it's a leap that gets you to where you want to go and you don't end up back where you started, is make sure that your business idea is profitable, and you test it out beforehand. So the 3 things this will allow you to do is, first, validate your idea. This is basically making sure that people actually want what you have to offer. Number 2 is refining your pitch. Throughout this process of presenting your idea to people and offering your solution to them, you'll learn what works and what doesn't, and you can tweak it along the way. And the third benefit from doing this is that you can start building some initial revenue. So that means that once you leave the 9 to 5, this won't be you starting from scratch. You already have a lot of momentum built up. When I started helping business owners secure funding, I started out part-time at first. And then that first positive experience gave me the confidence to go all in. And finally, step 5 is replace your income and go all in on your business idea. Now comes the most rewarding step, leaving your 9 to 5 and going all in. But here's the rule. Don't quit your job until you're consistently making enough to replace your current income. Like I said, people making this leap too soon is what causes people to have to come back. Once I knew I had a steady pipeline of clients and I was confident in my ability to not only get new customers, but to also deliver on what my offer was, I set a firm date and I took that leap. So planning your exit is key. Give yourself a clear timeline, stick to it, and trust your process. And honestly, no one is ever going to be fully ready, but action always beats waiting for perfect conditions. The faster you commit, the faster you'll learn and grow. Those are my 5 steps for transitioning from your 9 to 5 into your own business full time. So if this video helped you, hit that like button and let me know in the comments where you're currently at in your journey. Have you at least taken step 1? And are you ready to make that leap? Let's definitely talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on business funding and financial education. And until next time, keep chasing greatness. With that being said, my name is Jalil Nash, founder of JSN Funding Solutions, where we help small businesses get access to capital to be able to start and grow their business. And I'll see you guys in the next video.